Get the video you crave at cnettv.com.
Welcome back to Studio C. I'm your host, Peter Gavin, Associate Producer of Download Music. And today we're coming to you live from CNET Studios. Our engineer today is Mike Tao. Today we are pleased to have Mark Kozelek performing for us. He has an impressive catalog with 6 albums with the Red House Painters, 3 solo albums, and 3 with his current project, Sunkill Moon. And they just released the album April this week on Caldo Verde Records. Today Mark joins us here in San Francisco. How you doing, Mark?
Good.
So you live here in San Francisco?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
I've been here since the end of 1988, so coming on 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you live before that?
I lived in Atlanta for a couple of years, and I grew up in Ohio.
Okay. Is that where the Carry Me Ohio song comes from?
Yes.
So the new album just came out yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of long songs on there. It's a great it's a great album. I just listened to it recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you put a lot of time into that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just been a long time since I did an all original album. I think since 2003 is when Ghost of the Great Highway came out, and I think it just was one of those things. It had been about 5 years, and that's just, I think, what happens when you wait that long. Just a lot of things had built up and accumulated, and that's how it ended up. So
yeah. Well, we can talk a little bit more about that later. Do you want to play us a song?
Yeah, sure. This is Lucky Man. I think the third song on the record. Thinking out the air well of her old brownstone. Closed empty kisses marks us, time has flown. So hard to find it in you. Growing up Ohio mornings, sleeping in late, ducking out the winter, the school I hate, listening to my mother talking with her neighborhood friends. Underneath the droning guitars of Lucky Man. Stranded out those Florida beaches, poor as a Joe. Sails flying Merritt Islands, lazy blue coast. Cool refrains are ocean rain, echo off of my head. Celebrating summer, friends and brothers, the freedom we felt, and you're who I remember. Shining down the LA highways, glorious sun. And and far from her, from my home and everyone I love. Sinking in the shallow end of her infinite pools, and silver lakes and palisades and Malibu. Woken up those lost young mornings somewhere in Spain. Couldn't say the towns I slept my lover's name. Pouring in on Sunday, heaven's church bell rang. Didn't know my purpose till I stood and sang for crowds of passing faces. Woken up to this new April's sleepy gray skies, and the rain has swelled the doves that nest, the gutters rise, the fog it spills into the hills, crawling out east, and the windows weep, and beside me my love, she sleeps, and now have I found her.
Very nice.
Thank you.
What's the name of that one again? That's off.
That's
the
Lucky
new-
Man.
Okay.
It's the third song. on the
And do
record.
you just play that one solo on the album, or are there other musicians?
Yeah, that's just me and a little bit of doubled vocals in some spots and maybe an extra guitar too. So yeah, but just me on that.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds
Thank you.
awesome. So you mentioned there was a little bit of a time between the albums, but you've been staying busy with other projects, right? You just produced the Retribution Gospel Choir.
Yeah. Since that time, I did Ghostsight. Yeah, I started my own label, and I put out I reissued the Ghost of the Great Highway. I put out a live album last year. And then, just this past year, produced the Retribution record, which just came out last month. So I've been busy with a couple of different things.
Yeah, and then your book came out too, right?
That's
the lyric?
coming out.
That-
That'll be shipping out to people on Friday. So, but that's actually just got into us this week. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I've been working on that for a while as well, and that was definitely an undertaking, doing a hardback book, and there's just a lot of details, a lot of work that goes into it, but that's finally finished, so.
Cool. So what do you do when you're not making music and producing other people's music? What, do you like to travel, or what is Mark Kozelek do?
I antique shop. I like antiques. I like vintage guitars. I shop around. I do things with my girlfriend, take little trips. Go fishing up or down the coast, different places. Just, get away a little bit or stay home with, her and my cat and, watch cable.
Nice.
Pretty much.
You should do a fishing with John Lurie. Did you
Yeah.
ever see those?
Not with him, no. I do watch some fishing stuff, but I haven't seen that. But I just find things to do, and
Cool. So I have to ask you, I've been to a few of your shows, and besides the amazing performances you put on, I do notice there's a bit of banter that goes on between you and the crowd and the audience sometimes. I don't know, just people yelling out random stuff. And is that something that's just in San Francisco, or does that happen when you go on the road?
No, it happens all over.
Yeah.
But I think it just depends. A lot of times, just depends on the room. If it's a if it's a standing room, sometimes there's just a vibe that you get off the audience. It's pretty excited, and sometimes just depending on what happens, if somebody yells things out, or somebody standing in front of me with a cell phone or whatever is going on, like I sometimes I make comments and it becomes what it does. But but recently, like the last tour that I did in Europe, I was out there for about 3 weeks, and almost all the venues we did seated, very quiet audiences, and it just in that setting it just kind of felt right to just play the music, So it just depends, It just depends on what's going on that night and how I'm feeling and how the audience is feeling. So
would you prefer that setting where it's a little quieter and people aren't yelling and things out?
I've been liking that more lately. I think that the nice thing about the seated crowd is that now I think with the digital thing and cell phones, and a lot of that's getting a little bit out of hand. Everybody wants to get their little thing to get on YouTube the next day, or on their MySpace page or their blog or whatever. So you're getting a lot of people that are coming out with cell phones, and that part of it can be kind of distracting. I think they feel a little more self-conscious about it when it's seated. They feel a little self-conscious about holding something up. So I don't know if it's just where I'm at in my life, but I've been enjoying the seated venues. I think more are conducive to just me and this other guy playing acoustic guitars. It seems to make sense.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Something to be said for keeping it really intimate and just the actual show, and not trying to capture a different way.
Right,
definitely.
Right.
Well, yeah. Do you have another song for us you'd like to play?
Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to get this one too. Right. Maybe you can edit
all right,
that.
We'll tune it up.
Walked in the room, soaked up its fumes, surveyed the faces I'm lying to, gave what I had, I gave my heart, though I was broken and falling apart, gave for the memory of a friend, not for myself and not for them. When I was done, I met someone. She came in from the storm, so bright and welcome. Her friends came and swept her away, disappeared like coyotes off in dark-eyed plain. I looked across the river so still, and trying to remember where it was last night I laid my head to sleep, where the empty night hung heavily over. I left Bilbao, went to Madrid, to Barcelona, to Pamplona, where every ghost unto me known haunted me. We flew in over the red clay roofs and floated through the clouds that swelled and shook. The bronze tinted land and sea, and houses roam the hills like yellow we touched down, opened my eyes to the sun. The dizzying air, it filled my lungs. And just as soon she woke me, my eyes blurred and minds heavy. I left Milan, I went to Rome, and carried her aroma of her room, and all the kindness she had shown was only a dream. Last rays of daylight died, I'm blowing into my hands, clearing my eyes. And as the train pulled away from Cologne, the noise dim one so loudly it grown. And as the engines burned through the night, I stared off and far away lies. I left Berlin and I came home to sleepy portions of blue oceans where my love so selflessly awaited me. I long to feel my thoughts racing to the places where her room invitingly awaited me. Darkness sets upon the beach, and as we drive we look out at black house, glowing store windows in old gold rush. stomach smell, bread rise, dim light of television bedding soft down, and near the perfect night as foghorn sound.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
What was the name of that one?
That's Tonight in Bilbao. That's I think the second to the last song on the record.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Your songs are really long, but they don't seem repetitive.
That one felt long.
Really?
Just now.
To you?
Yeah.
It's so nice to listen to. And they change, and it just changes subtly, so it's really nice.
Thank you.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your recording process? Do you, I know that on your albums you play with a lot of different people. Do you guys
Right.
all sit in a room and record together, or is there a lot of overdubs, or is it all different?
It really starts with the last three records, the three Sun Kill Moon records. The way I've done all of them really is that Anthony and I, the drummer from Red House Painters, we just get together in the studio. He hasn't heard any of the songs before, and we just start playing together. And we do different versions. We come up with different ways of playing whatever songs that I bring to him, and we'll do several different versions, several different takes. And once we start, finding something we like, we start splicing things together, and then that's that. And after that, that's kind of the foundation. Is like my guitar, the drums, maybe some scratch vocals, and at that point, I just start building with guitars and doing vocals and bringing different people in. I think all of them. I went up to Seattle, do the bass. A friend of mine played, bass player, lives up in Seattle. I go up there, go into his studio. There's a percussionist I know up there. We've done kind of the same sort of formula for the last three records, which, it starts with me and Anthony, and then we build from there, so. Yeah.
Cool. Now, for people that aren't familiar, you have the Red House Painters. A lot of you have your solo albums, Sun Kill Moon.
Right.
Do you look at those as all different concepts, or are they just different names for different times in your career?
They're just really different names. I mean, these records still feel like Red House Painters records to me because, Anthony was the guy that played on all those early records with me. He's still playing on these. Jerry played a little bit on one of the records, on one of the Sun Kill Moon records. And then, ironically, one of the Red House Painters records, Songs for Blue Guitar, none of those guys are on it. So it's kind of different things, depending on what's going on. And but with the first Sun Kill Moon record, I was going to call that Mark Kozelek. Somewhere in the middle of all that, I decided to come up with a band name to sort of, create some excitement, maybe create some press, and that seemed to work. And so I've kind of stuck with that for the last couple of records.
Yeah, well, my friend that actually introduced me to your music, he just wanted me to ask, any chance of Red House Painters album, or is it all? Is there any talks of coming out with an album under Red House Painters, or is it just Sun Kill Moon now, pretty much?
I don't know about an album anymore, but there are talks about possibly touring together. I don't know that it will happen, but we've all gotten a little older and are living in different places and have different jobs and careers and things going on. But occasionally, Anthony and I get together, and we'll have a talk about getting together and doing some touring. But he's making a ton of money in real estate now.
Oh yeah.
For him to go away with me for 3 weeks means losing quite a bit of deals or whatever. So that it's just, we're older now and in different places in our lives, but I think it would be a lot of fun to go out and do some touring with those guys. But as far as play, I mean, Anthony and I still record together, still friends with all of them. Mm-hmm. And Phil from Red House Painters still does quite a bit of these acoustic tours I go on. He comes with me. So we're still all in touch, and there's a possibility that something like that could happen, but I think it would probably be a tour before it would be a Red House Painters album.
Well, that'd be cool. And there's some notable guests on your new album, right? You worked with Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie and Will Oldham.
Right.
Yeah. How did that come about?
I don't know. I've known both of those guys for a long time, and I just was, I had recorded these songs, and especially the chorus of Unlit Hallway. At some point, I was listening to rough mixes or something, and I think I literally thought I heard Will's voice in there, or I heard it in there, or just I could imagine it in there, and I just sort of sent him an email and said, "Hey, would you want to sing on this?" And he said, "Sure," and I sent it to him, and it just kind of happened. I hadn't thought of that before, but for those couple of songs, it seemed to make a lot of sense, or for the range of backup vocal that I was looking for in Lost Verses, Ben Gibbard was right up there with that high voice that I needed.
That's the track he's on Lost Verses?
Yeah, okay. And the same thing. These are just guys that I know, and nice resources to have, because both are very talented, great voices, and it worked out well. So
that's great. Cool.
Yeah.
So are you going on tour anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm doing just sort of a few weeks here and there. I'm doing 3 shows this month, and then going to Japan for a week in May, then doing about, I think, 2 or 3 weeks in the States in June, and then Australia and New Zealand in July, and that'll be it for spring and summer, and then hopefully doing some full band type of tour in Europe later in the year. So, but cool. Right now that's what's booked, is the spring and summer stuff. So, yeah. Sounds
like you're gonna stay busy.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right. Well, that's all I have to ask.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah, that wraps up another edition of Studio C. A big thanks to Mark Kozelek for taking the time to stop in and perform for us. You can hear Sun Kill Moon on music.download.com, along with thousands more songs and albums. And you can find more sessions like this one at studioc.cnet.com. Thanks to Mike for running the board. I'm Peter Gavin, and thanks for listening, everyone.
Hey, I'm Don Reisinger. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of the same old crap. That's why I host the Digital Home Podcast, where we cut through all that stuff and tell you what's really going on in the world of tech. Download it at podcast.cnet.com.